Coach Massi here from M2 Speed, Strength, and Performance with another episode of Move Your Feet. And we're actually into episode number 3 of the L-Drill Plyometric Progression. And we've sort of been sifting through some viewers' comments and emails, etc. We plan on this being wrapped up in episode 4, which would be next. But we did want to just hop right to the adding resistance portion because we've been getting some questions from our viewers about appropriate ways to add resistance. And also, a lot of viewers say they love this because it's a very creative progression, and they've been playing around with it, which I love. Some people have been getting some really excellent drill variables into us and variations, and we're just saying, guys, thumbs up on that. But right now, I just want to call in Coach Matt. Come on in. He's going to demonstrate for us. So we're in episode 3. We went through the other episodes. In our final episode, we're going to try to really drill down from beginning to end, but just give everybody a refresher on what the first part of the L-Drill looked like for those that couldn't even really add any elevation. Just show them what that unilateral to unilateral and then bilateral landing is. That's it. That's how the L-Drill was born. And it was really born to help people understand the inside and outside edges of their feet, ground contact time, and making it happen really quick. So what we're going to do now is, listen, simplest way to add some resistance here. I mean, you can get a vest, right? That's pretty simple. We're going to just grab one of the PB Extreme balls, and we're simply going to do that. So even at the baseline progression, show them what that looks like, just adding resistance on the baseline progression. Boom. That's simple. Now we're talking about, in the last episode, we actually started getting up to this box, right, Maddie? So we're going to add this medicine ball as resistance to get that lateral elevation directional change into the linear finish, but we're going to do it in 2 parts. First part's going to be Maddie's simply going to perform the lateral elevation off that single leg and stop on the box so the client feels what part of their kinetic chain that they're utilizing to get up on that elevation laterally. So go ahead, give it a shot. Good. And you could just stop them there. It's nothing more than really like a lateral box bound with some resistance. So now show him the entire movement, which would be, he's coming here, he's going to get that lateral elevation, and then he's going to jump out and land linear or vertical. Go ahead, hit it. Beautiful. And you notice he's got really good biomechanics. He's really taking his time here. He's making sure his foot strike is good. He's not jamming up on his toes, taxing his Achilles. He's really taking his time and making sure that his biomechanics look great. Obviously, the next thing we're going to probably do is we're going to bring in a tsunami bar. We would not load this with a regular barbell. We don't recommend that. The rigid barbell probably is not great for jumping progressions or progressions like this at all. So what we prefer to do is we utilize the flexible barbell, and we're just going to go through the same idea. So the first concept is get close to the box, Maddie. Okay, you know what? Why don't you do that one? That was a great idea. He's going to show you right from the baseline progression, back-loaded resistance. He's going to push off that outside leg and land. So what I'm looking for here is really to see that there's no anterior tilt. He looks great. He looks vertical. He looks like he's in command of that bar. I'm checking to see if that load's a little too much for him. It's not. It's actually probably a little underloaded, but that's okay because we always want to get the movement correct before we super progress, right? So then the second part's going to be just like you did with the medicine ball, and we're going to try to just make the client get up and feel what it is to manage this resistance. And then you're going to start talking to them about how wide do you want their base? Do you want it wider? Do you want it more narrow? Any more narrow than that, really not ideal. Then the last thing we're going to do here, the last movement we're going to do is we're going to give him the entire movement where we have him push off that outside leg, hit the box, come and land forward, and go. Good. And do that one more time. I want you to notice it's pretty clean. It's really pretty clean. And Matt put a lot of force off that outside leg here. Boom. So you'll notice what he's trying not to do is he's not landing bilaterally on the box. Now, when do you land bilaterally on the box? That's when you do that first portion or that acclimation portion of the biomechanics. When they first get the load, you want them to just understand how to get up onto the box. This is a very creative protocol. I think that there's a lot that can be done with it. And Maddie, you can head back around. I think that there's a lot that can be done with this. it really allows for a ton of variables and variations. Don't forget, what they do one way, they have to do the other way. For the purposes of filming, we're going in this aspect to camera left or my right, but you have to vary this up. Lots of variation, lots of good biomechanics, reinforcement, really helping people understand their foot strike. We're getting great questions, and in the following episode, we're going to actually get into building the progression from the bottom all the way through and actually putting a couple of more variables onto the resistance. So until next time, Coach Massi here from M2 Speed, Strength, and Performance. Greatness is forged, not fabricated. That's your day.